I just wanted to start off by saying I don't know why shows put out spoilers, and I never saw spoilers for anything I watched before Smallville, so I don't know if it's like just something that happens now or if it's only specific shows, but I mean, I watched TV my whole life, and I just think, the word spoil, being spoiled is a bad thing. And although I haven't been reading spoilers, I read an official description of the episode 2 weeks from now and totally threw me for a loop where I wasn't happy and all these things. And I had a whole rant prepared earlier this week. I had a rant prepared for Lois's preview clip. So I really, really wish they would stop. Stop giving people so much pre information because it's almost always a bad thing. A really, really bad thing. Because I went into this episode just like, oh, Smallville. Dreading, like, oh, let me just get through this before, the ish hits the fan 2 weeks from now. And so here we go. I started the episode and I didn't care about Tess, so the whole opening was just like, whatever. I don't have that much interest in her. And then the scene where Lois is looking in the box, all I could think is, writers, give Clark some dialogue. Like, why is he standing there like a bump on a log while she's, clearly pouring her heart out? And he's like, he's got nothing. And I really can't blame Clark, the character. Like, there should be dialogue there. It was ridiculous. I mean, when he said something, it was like, oh, you shouldn't feel bad. And then I understood that he wanted to leave to go patrol because he didn't want to talk about Jor-El, and that made sense. Like, everything he said was fine, but there was just like a whole big absence of talking that was weird. And I don't know if they were just trying to create some awkward tension, but after all the stuff that Clark said in Ambush, and I think that was such a great, well-written episode, the writers of this episode, whatever. So, Clark and Tess I also had a rant. I'm so glad I didn't make any videos earlier this week because I was going to rant about a lot of things and I don't feel bad about it all. I don't want to rant anymore. So I'm glad I didn't post those videos that I had in my head. I was like, maybe I'll just wait and see what happens. So I'm glad I did. I was like, I don't want Clark hanging out with Tess after she kidnaps Lois last year. I'm not over it. So anything he does as far as Watchtower and all that, that's all good. So when he went with her, I understood, he's trying to help her out. And it wasn't like let's go out and have coffee. I mean, she said somebody was threatening her. So he went and that made sense. Then what happened? It was just a lot of blah, blah, blah for me. Oh, and then Lois, watching the video. Terry Hatcher, I have to say, when she started talking, I just kind of like sat in my seat. I leaned back, and then it was just like waterworks. I mean, literally, I just felt like my heart was breaking. Wow. I mean, it wasn't even just seeing Lois Lane from, the show with Dean Cain. It wasn't that. It was just the words and the delivery. And somebody had posted a video on YouTube a couple months ago or so with this blonde actress named Jude Taylor who was auditioning for the role. And all the dialogue was the same, so I guess she had the actual script. But wow, Terry Hatcher, I swear, I'm getting kind of choked up right now just talking about it. It was amazing. I mean, and just the end when she was saying, that she felt like Lois wouldn't be able to move on if she had someone leave her. And God, it sent me back to that episode, Siren, I think it was, when Lois told Clark she couldn't face another heartbreak down the road and she didn't want to be left behind again. Hearing that her mother didn't want her to come to the hospital, I mean, it's so, it's very real because, this is what people do. People make decisions for other people that they really think are what's best. And who wants their child to see them, with cancer? It made perfect sense to me, and so I just loved that scene with her mom and, knowing that her mom was doing the best she could for Lois, and that it still hurt Lois. And, no one's perfect, and the decisions you make don't always turn out for the best, though you have the best intentions. So that was amazing. Then Lois went to talk to Jor-El, and again, I was going to rant about this, and yet when I saw it in the show, oh, Shelby. Luckily, Lois didn't call Shelby a girl again because we know he's a boy. And that was really cute. Lois and her talking to Shelby. It's very funny. So she went, and I totally got it. Like, I got why she went. Even though the preview clip looked like, oh, Lois butts in again. Why is she talking to a computer? What her mom said in the video, it really hit home for her. And so she went. She was talking, and then it's like she gave Jor-El like 2 seconds to ship up or shape out, whatever. It was like she talked to him, and then he didn't respond, and then she turned like into total B mode. It was just like she flipped and was going off on him, and I love that she kept saying Kal-El because I thought that's so cute, trying to use his birth name. That's total side note. I don't understand why it's Jor-El and then Laura and Kara. It's like, do the women not have last names in their world? Or the one named Wonder Zod? So somebody, I don't know, maybe somebody who reads comic books could answer that question. And why people say Kara Kent. She's not a Kent. I don't even know if the show ever called her that, but whenever people call her that in videos and stuff, I'm like, we know she's not a Kent, so why would we call her Kara Kent? Total random side note. So back to Lois. Clark's being tortured, and again, for me, it was like blah, 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 blah. It was kind of like this series premiere with Oliver and Rick Flag. Just a bunch of crap I didn't want to see, honestly. Not interesting to me. So Clark comes home, and of course I was waiting for the moment where he says Lois and speeds off, because gotta have our requisite Clark realizes something's off and goes Lois and speeds to go save her or figure out where she is. So he gets there, and I was totally not expecting that. I mean, I didn't expect like Jor-El to, I don't know what he was doing, freezing her. He was like suspended animation. I didn't know what he was doing to her, but Clark was not happy. And he was like, dude, you've crossed the line. You did something to Lois. I'm out. So that was a nice scene that Clark was just like, I've had it. Jor-El can do whatever he wants, talk to me like crap, but, he crosses the line when he does something to Lois. So, somehow they activated this message that his parents had for him when he was a baby, and that was also, it was great because it was so awesome, not just like what they said, but the way the actors were portraying it, where they kept looking and you could tell the planet was being destroyed behind them, and they kept reacting to that. That was great. I mean, that's a great directing and great acting when they were constantly aware of the fact that, they were supposed to be in this place where their home world's being destroyed, and they kept like looking like, hurry, like, we really got to get this message done. So that was nice. And I was still kind of just like feeling like the episode was like a waste. Besides the Terry Hatcher scene, I wasn't feeling it. There was some more stuff with Tess, and oh my god, she's a Luther. She has some kind of weirdo, twisto, incestuous relationship with Lex. Okay. Then there was the end. That I was like, this is what Smallville does. They like build me up, they knock me down, and then they just like send me over the edge. So I saw the ring. It was all forgiven. I was just like, hallelujah. I need to like play that song. So that was it. All was right with the world. I swear, every single week. Homecoming, ISIS, Harvest, Ambush. Smallville has just been blowing my mind like no other. And that's it. Like, I just don't, I can't even describe how awesome that was for me, and how I just feel like they will not disappoint me. The episode started, and I was like, I'm so happy with the show right now. The only place that I could go is down. I did not know there was a higher place, and now I'm at that higher place. So Let me know what you think. Bye.